Why are the cameras all on me? And in the report and all these charges, I didn't do nothing. I'm charged with being in concert with some guys. Well, where they at? Why me? Because I'm Tupac? No, I'm not angry at them. I'm angry at the system. I don't want nobody else to go to jail, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do. I just don't want to be the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? It's like the only way I know how to live my life is to be responsible for what I do.
How they do, my boy Pac. Welcome to Think About It Reviews, where we're talking All Eyes on Me. What is going on, guys? And I think a lot of people have been waiting for this movie who are Tupac fans, especially me. I mean, I watched this on his birthday in June 16th. I just haven't been able to get the review out, but that's right. We're talking All Eyes on Me, and Tupac is played by Demarius Shipp Jr. How did this cat do? Does he even look like Pac? The trailer's kind of like, he looks a little bit like Pac and stuff, but I don't know. Listen, guys, in the movie, this dude... just scary how much he looks like Tupac. And definitely when he had hair, you know, he looks a lot like Tupac, but does he have the same charisma as Tupac? That's a big no. That's a big no. He just doesn't command the screen like, you know, Pac used to do. And it's very hard, you know, it's very hard to have that presence like Tupac used to have. Now, I am a big Tupac fan. I think a lot of critics have been bashing this movie a lot, but I'm going to give you overall just like, I just really didn't think it was all that bad. I thought there was some elements and stuff to like about this film. And of course, there's a lot of things not to like about this film. First off the bat, the editing is shit. The editing is absolutely terrible. In the beginning, the editing, him in prison and then him telling the story and then going back towards the middle of that story and onward. I mean, there's no spoiling here. If you're watching this movie, you know the ins and outs of Tupac. You might not know the little stuff, but you do know. So having that style of editing just really doesn't present Tupac in the best light. This guy is a movie. His life was a movie, but the way they edited this film was absolutely horrible, especially when Demarius Shipp Jr. was doing the songs, and of course they used Tupac's real music and his real voice, but it just looked like he was lip syncing through the whole film. Just absolutely terrible. And I think one of the reasons why is the director. They needed to get John Singleton. I think John Singleton would have nailed this and it would have been a home run, but they needed to get another director for this film because the direction was safe. It wasn't unique. It wasn't anything spectacular. Nothing like, let's say, Straight Outta Compton. Not even nothing like La Bamba or Selena's. You really need a director that is just as, super talented and is not afraid to take chances, just like Tupac was. And a lot of people are giving this movie just shit is because the reason is Tupac deserves better than this. Now, this is an okay film. I'm not saying this is the most horrible thing ever. I'm saying this is an okay film. I think it starts getting better late in the second act to the ending when we kind of see Tupac doing his thing and we see him interacting with all these characters or real people, especially the situations he's been put in and his money problems and, you know, the downfall of Tupac. I think that's where it got the most interesting. Demarius Shipp Jr., I think he did a okay job. I think he did a fine job for what how much he had to do, especially his first kind of big acting gig. I think he did a great. He has Tupac's mannerisms. He had a lot of Tupac-esque, a lot of personality in this film, and like I said, strikingly. His look, he just looked like Tupac. The great aspect in this film, though, was, of course, Danielle Guerrera, I believe her name, Danielle Guerrera, Michonne from The Walking Dead. That's Afeni and Tupac when they were together on screen. I thought that was it was great chemistry. I thought that was great chemistry. I thought the story of Afeni and her struggle and the struggle with Tupac, and his mom, because we know that his mom was a crack fiend, and we know that their relationship was not very good in the beginning, and then they became solid towards the end. Or not, I want to say towards the end, but they became really solid later on. So I thought that was really good. I thought those aspects throughout the film were really good. I thought the Dear Mama being played in the background, I thought playing Tupac's music in the background, they didn't use it right. They didn't use Tupac's music right. The timing was very off, and the way they used it, like I said, editing wise, was terrible. But the Feeney Shakur and Tupac, those moments, those scenes together were really. I thought they were really impactful and really good. The film glosses over a lot of the events in Tupac, and reasonably so, because Tupac's life and drama has been, it's just so much. You honestly need two movies to really tell the story of Pac. Don't like how they really kind of glossed over the Biggie and Tupac thing. They glossed over a lot of things, especially Digital Underground, especially his movie career. Like, they really just kind of showcased it, and that was it. They showcased Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac's relationship, and that's an interesting relationship. Of course, a lot of tweets coming out from Jada Pinkett Smith about how inaccurate this film is. I think there was a lot of accuracies in this film, but then I think there was a lot of inaccuracies in this film. I think there was one. I think Afeni Shakur actually was in jail, pregnant with Tupac, and then she gave birth, and then she went back to jail to serve the rest of her sentence. I can't remember. It's been so long, but yeah, there's that I could see being inaccurate, because they just want to build up that relationship in the movie, and Jada Pinkett Smith and everybody's interested in it. But only I think Tupac and Jada knows what kind of relationship they had and what led to that downfall of that relationship, because that's what happened. Tupac had so many friends, but he lost a lot of friends along the way too. Like Snoop and him had a falling out as well. Of course, him and Dre, but they didn't really know each other at all. So, and then him and Suge probably had a falling out towards the end too. There had to be some mistrust there, and they really showcased that in the film as well. But overall, I think the film has some good moments here and there. It has some inks of brilliance, but it's gone in a second. Like, there's a lot of just inconsistency of direction. The editing's sloppy, just absolutely terrible. But overall, I did not hate this film. I think the film is okay, coming from one of the biggest Tupac fans out there. But I really, really wanted this film to be an Oscar caliber kind of film. I think Tupac deserves a better movie. I think Tupac needs another film. I don't think we're gonna get another Tupac film until later on throughout the years, but I think they need to retell this and do it right. I think this was just kind of a sloppy made film, but in the long run, it was an okay film. Like, I could watch it again, but maybe one more time and that's it. Do I recommend this film? I wouldn't pay to watch this film again, honestly. Even though I said I'd watch it again, I wouldn't pay to see it again, honestly. I'd just kind of wait for it to go on a discount theater or Redbox or streaming. I would check it out, though. I would check it out and see what you feel about it. If you're a big Tupac fan, I know you're going to not love this. You're going to hate this film, probably. I'm a big Tupac fan, but as a Tupac fan, I did not like this film. I thought this film could have been absolutely way better and could have been did Tupac justice. For a film, just for a moviegoer, it was fine. It was whatever. It was borderline Lifetime, but it had a bigger budget than that to be Lifetime, and it had a little bit better acting. But I will say, the guy who plays Notorious, B.I.G., and of course he played him in Notorious the movie. He was sleepwalking through the hell out of this. He did not care. He did not want to be there. You could totally tell. I thought Suge was good. I thought Jada was pretty good. But man, did he sleepwalk through this whole film? And was that a Snoop dub over? Was that a Snoop voiceover? Because that guy sounded just like Snoop, and I'm pretty sure that was a voiceover. Because there's no way how accurate that voiceover was. So. Overall, yeah, I don't recommend this film. I don't recommend, if you're a Tupac fan, honestly, watch. Anybody who wants to know about Tupac's life, I always tell them, watch Tupac Resurrection. That is the documentary about Tupac, in his own words, telling his own story with images, pictures that you've never seen before, with a fantastic soundtrack. Tupac Resurrection is where you need to go check out and what you need to see. I love Tupac. I hope there's another Tupac movie down the lines and that does its justice. because this man is so much more than just a rapper, and he's so much more than just a tyrant. He was, I want to say tyrant, but a lot of people viewed him as a menace. A lot of people viewed him as just a destruction, but he was more than that. He was charitable. He had a heart. He was a human being. That's what I loved about Tupac. He was right, yet he was wrong. There was two sides of the coin about this cat. He was just a little bit louder than others, and he spoke from his heart, and he had a big mouth. But sometimes you need to hear that. Sometimes you need to hear the words that were coming out of his mouth. So, yeah, Tupac, Machiavelli. Hopefully you get another movie. But overall, it was fine. It was okay. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So, thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Like the video if you like and comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm Dan the Man, Daniel's son. And like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. Thug life. And if you know what that meaning is,